So
Right. Anti-aging.
no
Everybody
warm up.
hates what?
No warm up.
No warm up. Everybody hates getting old. You don't need a warm up for that. I would say,
The irony.
right? 99 out of 100 people I talk to say that one of the reasons they want to get into strength training and this, that, and the other is because they feel like they're getting old. Can't vacuum their living room without being winded. Going up the stairs is hard. Carrying your kids around or like running around with your kids. And people are like, they start to realize as they age, like, man, this kind of sucks.
Normally, before we do fuck, podcast, whatever, episode, we go through all these points. And a lot of the times when we do that, we have these great conversation about things. And then when we get ready to roll, it's like,
What did I say before?
half-assed. It's fucking stupid. And it doesn't have quite the same punch.
Right.
So we're going to try to do this shit kind of hitting it raw. No warm up, because this is like this. The whole idea here is, strength training, both exercise once you get into your 40s and 50s.
Yes.
Is the bread and butter of it. Oh, damn. And a lot of people, I don't know about 99 out of 100, I just say damn near everybody, women especially, would think cardio this and cardio that. Okay, because they look at shit from a fat standpoint. They look at it from an aesthetic standpoint. They go more about the visual and how they feel.
And how to burn the most calories.
Yeah. And the men, they go about, I guess, pain management, strength, because it's required for day-to-day life and work and, so on, or even remembering what they were like when they were in their 20s. And the irony is the strength training in terms of lean tissue building, that is a uniform strength, no pun intended, for fucking everybody. I mean, either once you turn 40, anything after that, I mean, you're either investing in life or in death. I mean, it's one or the other, because you can't stop Father Time, slower metabolism, everything. You get older. I mean, that's what happens. Bone density drops, increased body fat.
Muscle goes away. Start to lose muscle.
So you have to figure out a new way to survive that that leg of your life, and that's hard because unfortunately for women, strength training is just not I don't want to say common thing, but unless you got it, how would you describe that?
I mean, I think these days it's gotten more of a like, women know I should be strength training. You see it all the time. Strength training is the best for for joint pain, for X, Y, and Z. But I think for women it's intimidating, and they are so focused, like you said, on the aesthetic and burning calories and that type of stuff, that instead of going to the strength training, which is intimidating and something that they don't know much about, they go to what they do know about, which is running, walking, cutting calories. And all of those things are great at different points for different reasons, the cutting the calories, the cardio, all that type of stuff. But strength training is truly like king of managing your weight as you get older, managing your pain, managing the ease of your day-to-day life. And it's easily missed for those reasons, because when women think about the aesthetic part of things, it's let me burn more calories and eat less, rather than how do I improve my body overall.
Because I don't think
It's not that and
people don't understand. Not they, but everyone doesn't. People don't understand the longevity. That's the game, the end game of it, right?
Well, and I think people don't understand the longevity number one, and how that relates to what your body is naturally going to do as you age.
Yeah.
You hear all the time, you lose muscle mass all the time after you turn 40, but that doesn't always translate to someone who doesn't know much about it. That doesn't translate to your balance is off and you fall more. It doesn't translate to you get tired doing simple things like carrying a laundry basket up the stairs.
Mm.
And it certainly doesn't translate then to being like, okay, well, now that I've turned 40, I've lived my whole life without strength training. Let me just jump into this strength training thing, even though my body hurts, I'm tired,
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing. And when all of those things come together, it's like easier to just ignore it, I think is the problem a lot of times. Or it's so intimidating that they just don't know where to start.
I mean, endocrinologically speaking, for a woman, this is something you should be paying attention to.
100%.
Okay. Perimenopause, menopause is like this like folklore thing of some motherfuckers talk about it like it's like, oh, just wait till you go through this and it's joke, funny until all of a sudden you in it and you can't tell your fucking ass from the fucking hole in the ground. And, you know, you're Jekyll and Hyde at the same damn time. I mean, fucking hell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And we have a lot of people here who are in that stage, the perimenopause, the menopause. And a lot of them that come here are like, the one thing that helps me stabilize is working out.
Yeah.
And there are days that I don't want to because I feel like shit, I'm extra tired. I didn't sleep well. But I know that when I walk out of here, my life goes from this to a little bit more like this.
Yeah.
And part of that is all the things that come with menopause, but
improves your insulin sensitivity.
Yes.
Fat burning, inflammation, immune system, anti-diabetes type shits. I mean, it's
Yes. And the way it's all connected, I mean, muscle releases certain hormones that regulate inflammation and your metabolism. And those are all the things that get all jacked up when you're going through perimenopause and menopause. Yeah. But if you don't have the muscle mass for that, if you don't have the muscle tissue to give off those hormones, you're not getting those. And so when your estrogen starts to drop and you start to get more inflammation and your metabolism does slow down a little bit. And at the same time, your muscle tissue is melting away just because of age.
And women will say, I don't want to look like a dude. Okay. What you need to understand, females, all right? You have a free fucking pass to lift some shit. Just fucking lift. Especially when you're in perimenopause. I mean, you can't even talk about being in your 40s yet, you little bastard. Okay. I'm about to break 50 up in the motherfucker, so get out of here. But I can tell you right now, in my experience, in the 15, 16, so what year is right now? 2026. When did I start?
2026.
2008. That's a long ass time. Shit, almost two decades I've been doing this. Let me tell you something. You females who go through this part of your life, this is a free pass for you. You're not gonna look like a fucking dude. If you don't look like a dude already, you ain't going to now. Goddamn it, fuck out of here. All right, you have a chance to willfully rewrite how you feel, how you develop, how you live.
How your body functions.
Only genetics. It's no longer only environmental. It's no longer only support system and all the other shit we've gone through before. We're talking about strength training. We're talking about an organ that is arguably the most fucking powerful metabolic engine, component of a metabolic engine you have. And you're in control of that. And the only thing getting in the way is the one fucking muscle between the ears. Which, if you're in that phase of life, you can't trust that shit no fucking way.
Can't anyways,
right?
Even before that stage of life.
You know what I'm saying? So if you recognize the symptoms, like just consider that your fucking green flag to go ahead and do some shit.
Yeah. And you talk about bulky versus, the people say all the time, I want to tone up, quote unquote, but I don't want to get bulky. The thing is for women, is that women just don't have the hormones to bulk up like that. If you see, you can't, your muscles are at a limit of growth as a woman unless you are really,
Within reason,
that's what
yes.
I'm saying, but
Yes.
unless you're really doing extra to make your muscles extra.
Like, what kind of dude are we talking about?
Yeah,
Because a
but
strongman dude versus a figure builder dude with a
different.
difference of like 80 some odd pounds look drastically different. A figure builder looks like brick shit house ripped to fucking shreds. Like your panties are wet than a motherfucker and you fucking know it. Get the fuck out of here. Tell me he's too big. Get the fuck out of here. Right? Versus a guy who is in a strongman competition lifting fucking 800-pound balls and throwing them over his fucking shoulder. Like, they don't look the same.
No,
One of
they
them
don't.
looks like a fucking quarterback. The other one looks like the fucking offensive line. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yes. And it's just not for a woman. You won't even look like either of those things unless you're really trying to, because it takes hours and
Well,
hours and hours of
well,
strength and so
my
much
point
food.
is, what does it mean to you though? Because
Right.
when you say you don't want to look like a dude, which one is it? Or is
Right.
it that you don't want to feel like you look like a dude? Because whatever the fuck that means is whatever the fuck that means, right? But if you
Right.
feel, if for all intents and purposes, I'm going to assume that you don't want to look like a dude, meaning you don't want to be, you still want to keep the feminine physique. Okay, cool. So you don't want broad shoulders. You don't want, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to look like,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying? You're a
You don't wanna,
fucking pro
right.
athlete. Okay, cool.
Lats.
I get that. You bone from a skeletal standpoint, you ain't built that way, first of all.
Right.
Okay, yes, we all have the same skeletal makeup, of course, but your hips are wider, right? You have a hole in the middle of your body. That's shit's supposed to go in and come out of. We have the thing that goes into that hole. Hips are different, right? And it's just fucking different. This is the way it is. All right. So what is the alternative? You got to feel if bulky and stocky and all that shit's a man, then the alternative or the opposite is what? Frail and weak, skinny. What does skinny even mean? What are the things that as a woman you have to look out for as you get older? Like your bone density will drop.
Well, and that's another thing. A lot of people will come in and say, I can't lunge or squat, hurts my knees.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
can't,
osteoporosis is real.
I definitely can't jump because it hurts everything. And sometimes that's true when you're talking about arthritis. I mean, it's always true that I'm not going to tell somebody they're not in pain.
Yep.
But as far as the cause goes, sometimes it's based on something that you can't control, arthritis, past injuries. Sometimes, though, your form is wrong, and that's why squats and lunges hurt. Once we fix
Mhm.
form, it's fine. And sometimes, as far as impact goes, you just have to, you got to build the muscles around the joints and work your way up to it. It's not that you can never jump again. What I'm trying to say is strength training and building muscle improve bone density, which starts to take away pain and inflammation. And at the same time, those type of power moves are things that you need to use in everyday life. So if you can strengthen the squats and the lunges that go into getting off a couch or getting up off the floor,
Yeah.
then you're improving bone density, you're building new muscle tissue, and you're building up everything so that you are feeling less pain in your joints on the day to day just from doing normal stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Impact and jumping and things like that are not always something that recommended for anybody, right? There are people who really truly should not ever jump again and that should remain low impact even as they get stronger. But it is one of those things that will increase bone density once you work your way up to it. So a lot of people miss that too, where it's like, I don't strength train and I don't do these things because it hurts my joints. All right, well then let's assess why it's hurting your joints. Is it hurting because there's something going on that you can't control. In that case, cool. We'll find alternatives. Instead of doing a lunge, you do a single leg bridge on the floor. You're working similar muscles. If it's something that you can control, like form or just being under conditioned, cool. Then that's something we can go after and you work your way up to it. But those kinds of things very often are looked at as, I can't do that because it hurts, instead of it hurts because I haven't done it yet.
Yeah. Functional training is functional training is one of those terms that is right next to the word core, where it's like, somebody's doing crunches. What are you working on? Working on my core. Fuck, shut the fuck up. Give me a break. Okay. Or like, I'm going to do deadlifts. What are you working on? Oh, functional deadlifts. What? You know what I mean? I would argue that when you're older, especially for this conversation at least, that devil's press move you got is arguably more functional than most other things. That a fucking burpee is more functional than, a box jump. Now, plyometrics is important to train elasticity of connective tissue in particular. As you get older, the fast and slow twitch muscles and their functions do matter for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But the muscles can't do shit if the tendons aren't right. And the bone density won't necessarily matter as much if your ligaments are fucked. If you don't have the collagen in the system to support, if you don't have the protein to support, if you're not getting your fucking veggies in to make sure that all that connective and soft tissue, your fascia, is hydrated and flexible, then none of it matters. Mm-hmm. But a move like a Turkish get-up, slow, controlled, symmetry, skeletal symmetry, line of drive, battling gravity on top of weight. You want to talk about balance? How about joint balance? Mm-hmm. Okay, that is as much of a fucking, core move than sit-up is.
Yeah.
Okay, and planks are awesome. Great. They're functional, and a part of functional training, planks are, in essence, what's the word I'm looking for here? For the part that they play in how the body moves after that step. Because isometrics, which is what a plank is, which is the contraction of the tissue without any change in length of said tissue. You flood fresh blood cells. You flood strength. You bring it right. You bring a muscle right to its collapsing point. It'll grow because you're forcing it to recruit as you're doing X, but it's minus the wear and tear of kinematics. So there's no bending and jumping and moving and shit. You're just staying fucking put. That's why, and it's hard as hell because that's why wall sits hurt.
Yes.
ISO holds, push-up position holds, planks burn like a motherfucker. And the best part is isometrics will show you what you're missing because you will fail. When the body fails in any given movement, the isometrics will reveal where in that chain, which link is broken. Mm-hmm. And then you have to figure out, go back from there and say, this failed first, that failed first. The next day will tell you once the DOMs set in, you'll start to realize, well, shit, I did this, but my left ass cheek is more sore than my right one. What the fuck?
Yes.
Right. These are all clues that you got to go back. Then this is not to say like, well, let me go back and do 5 more reps on the right side. That's not what I'm saying. Mm-mm. But when you're talking about bone density, you want to be able to use all the tools available to strengthen your ground zero, which is where the ISOs come in. Mm-hmm. And then once you've got your recruiting line straight, you can go from there and start introducing smaller movements, so on and so on, that are applicable to how you live your life. Not just what hurts now, you can get upstairs, going downstairs, getting, chairs and beds and all that other shit. But like, we all walk, right? If it hurts to walk, well, let's go after that. And let's figure out what the fuck hurts to walk. Instead of immediately saying, it's my fucking shoes, let me get some insoles, or my back hurts because I've been sitting too long. That's not wrong. Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean it's the only culprit either. Right? So, and take it from somebody who I don't ever really sit, and I got one of the worst fucking backs out there. Okay? I'm uncomfortable here sitting for fuck's sake. Okay. So, and it's more than just overactive hip flexors and weak butt muscles and shit. I mean, the ass is not as easy as it seems, right? You have me, Max, Minimus, you got Piriformis. All of them have their own fucking syndromes, literally a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
And then the shit goes wrong. Everything on the front side begins to fucking fail.
Mm-hmm.
But how the fuck are you going to know that? You know what I'm saying? And as you get older, not having the awareness of what things feel like, it's not too late to fix that. You can still identify shit. And the best part is, I don't want to say this works in your favor if you've never strength trained in your whole life, but in some ways, you don't know what you don't know, and ignorance is bliss.
Well, and also when you are just starting out, someone who's just starting out, who's got 50 pounds to lose, who has never strength trained a day in their life, and then all of a sudden they get into the gym and and monitor what they're eating even lightly, typically someone like that is going to see progress a lot quicker than someone who's been in the gym for their whole life, has gained 10 pounds and is now trying to lose it, because you're starting kind of fresh. You, like you said, your body doesn't know what your body doesn't know. And so when you start burning calories in a strength training setting, it's like, whoa, now your muscles are working and your body's working overdrive to
Right?
repair these muscles. Your muscles have never been broken down like that before. You take just the fast food lunch out and you switch to a lunch that you cooked for yourself. You just saved yourself 1,000 calories on top of burning more than you used to.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to like take off running. Someone who is already somewhat lean, has already been in the gym for a while, their body's adapted. Their body knows what strength training feels like. Their body knows the drill of recovering muscle. Their body has been through calorie deficits up and down, and someone like that is going to have to do more work to see the progress that they want to see than
And
someone who's just starting out.
they've got a better chance of getting in their own way also, because now they're
Mm-hmm.
going to be fighting memory and
Yes.
familiarity. And well, shit, I used to do this, and that doesn't help. That doesn't help anything
When you're
ever.
working out in your 30s, 40s, 50s, and I say 30s because I'm talking to moms who have not been through perimenopause or menopause yet, moms of young kids who are looking at their bodies saying, oh, when I was in my 20s, this is
Mm,
how I looked.
yep.
When you are working out in your 30s, 40s, 50s, when you're looking at fitness, you cannot compare yourself to your 20-year-old self. You cannot. It is apples and oranges. Your body literally changes.
But
It's
you can
different.
compare yourself now to the future self and say, if I'm
Mm-hmm.
20 something, I'm going to be smart about this and lift from my 30 something. If I'm 30,
Yes.
I'm lifting from my 40s and 40s and 50s and so on. I mean, motherfucker, strength training can literally change your brain function.
Yeah. I mean, like quite literally, it changes the chemistry and the makeup of your brain. That's why people leave workouts feeling more leveled. Why people say it's my stress relief, because unlike, other ways that people find stress relief sitting on the couch and, things like that, where they say I just have to take a rest.
Mm-hmm.
It literally changes the way that your brain works. It changes the chemistry in your brain. It changes the pathways with the ways that you
Right.
think, your thought processes, your view on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And all of that plays back directly into the actions and the habits that you're going to make for yourself that are then going to keep you living longer and to keep that longevity going
Mm-hmm.
and keep yourself in the gym, because now you've proven to yourself, you've created those brain pathways that say, I can do this. And when I do this, I get changes that I like to see.
Well, you said something earlier before we got on about somebody, a client who was talking about falling all the time.
That's happened lots of times,
What
actually,
was
where people will come in
yeah,
and they'll say, part of talking to someone when they come in is always past injuries
right?
and things that might affect the way that they move.
What
And
was their exercise history?
none. So she came in saying, I've broken my ankle like 4 times in the last 5 years. and then I broke my other ankle last week.
Mm-hmm.
It's and it's over stuff like walking down the steps of her front door to her car.
Mm-hmm.
And she's actually still here. And this is 5 years later.
Mm-hmm.
And she's thriving. I mean, she used to fall down here sometimes.
Thriving. Would you just say she broke her leg or broke her ankle last week?
No, but that was talking to her when she came in like 5 years ago.
I was like, damn. Let's
No.
edit that motherfucker.
No, she's doing great.
No, yeah.
I mean,
your fast twitch controls, your power reaction time, athletic ability, and all of that, right? You don't.
yeah,
They will decline.
just naturally
Yeah, I mean, as
with
any
the loss
other
of bone density
skill-
and yeah.
Well, like think about it like this: any skill or any practice you've had for however long, and then you stop doing it or stop using it, the shit becomes foreign to you. You know what I'm saying? I remember, like I was telling Linz the other day, my wife the other day, I don't think I've ever had a time that I acknowledged or could concede to the fact that I'll lose the feeling of athleticism. I was always like a fucking 3-sport athlete and all of that. But then the other day, during my little runs and things, warm-ups, just for my own planning things, I decided I need, and I know I need to, is I got no other choice, but I wanted to get after some of the fast twitch movements. I wanted to try to regain and forcibly remember how athleticism felt, because shooting free throws in my shed is cool and all, but I can't, there's no explosivity. There's no power. There's no fall prevention. There's, you know what I'm saying? It's just me by myself, just dicking around.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to go off and just do a couple of sets of, 20-yard sprints.
How are your hips?
Girl, I felt like a bag of bones. I felt like I was outside of my body. I didn't understand what the fuck was going on. I could feel, remember how I said about the isometrics and you could feel?
Yes, where
Right.
things fail.
Right. I was a walking fucking flunky fuck. I knew shit. I felt like a baby giraffe. Like, I know because I have a hip hike now on my right side, because I have some adhesions on my right hip flexor. My TFL is inflamed. So I've got my back pain. My right glute med consequently is shut the fuck down, and that entire ipsilateral chain is fucked. My posterior chain is fucked because of it. It just cascades, right? So when I go to sprint, I can't explode off my right foot.
Mm.
I can still, I move it and I can jump off of it or whatever, right? But when I go to explode off of it, it's like I'm time warped now. All of a sudden, I have a split second to land on my left before I fall on my motherfucking face and get road rash on this fucking grass here. And a fucking crawdad comes up and bites me in my dickhead. Fuck you. Like, I'm already circumcised. Fuck fag. Fuck you. Get out of here. It was terrible. I thought I was going to die every fucking step. I was unsure of whether or not I was going to make it. I kept running because I was afraid to stop.
Yeah.
Okay? And I realized, God damn, I forgot how to move. You know what I mean? I always assumed it was going to be there, but it's not. I was wrong, because I mean, I was right in as far as at least I can recognize what's not there.
Well, yeah. The interesting thing about you is you know exactly how to move.
But
Most people
the
don't.
problem is I'm
But-
overeducated on it.
Yes.
You know too much. Remember
But
I said
your
about the people who
body-
have done it,
Yes.
right?
Your physical body forgot how to move. Like, you know how to move. But that's exactly what we're talking about with aging. Like,
Well, the
when
path,
you
neural, like, what's the? We had to get a note for it because I couldn't remember the name of it. Brain-derived neurotrophic factor from Harvard Health and Frontiers in Neuroscience, BDNF. Improve strength training, improves brain health. Right? That's not just a mood booster.
No.
We're talking about patterning. We're talking about the secret love language between your fucking brain and the muscles.
Mm-hmm.
And the love messenger of the neural system. My brain says, yeah, I can do that. I can do this. I can do this. Send a signal. And the body's like, yo, who the fuck are you, G? You want to do what? I am in. I mean, if I fucking sneeze too hard and my ass feels wet, I'm in fight or flight mode for at least 45 minutes. I don't know about the fuck you, okay? You laugh, motherfucker. You just wait till you turn your
I
fork.
know.
Oh, you do a jumping jack and you're going to be peeing on yourself, talking about, like, shit, I had kids. Everybody out there who's had kids, don't lie. I've trained a lot of you. Let me tell you something. I've heard it more times than I can count. Everybody who's had kids are doing jump. I can't jump. I pee. You want me to do a burpee? What, you want me to leave a skid mark on the fucking ground? No, I know. Okay? I know. All right? So that brain function, we're not, again, not talking about dopamine rush.
Mm-hmm.
Like the whole stress relief. Everyone's got their way, right? Your pocket rocket, your fucking Pornhub, whatever you got to do. Take your walk in the sun. Do whatever the fuck you got. That's not what I'm talking about. We're talking about resetting the actual mechanism that got stressed in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So when you strength train, your brain says, oh shit, I got to focus on this instead. It's not something I can just breeze through. This requires attention. And it recognizes it as a key to general health and vitality. And that is the make it or break it point for you as you get into the latter part of your life.
Well, yeah. And when you talk about neural connections like that, you know, we get somebody in here who show me 10 squats, completely have no idea how, they do it completely wrong. You know, too forward on the toes, leaning forward, and their knees and back hurt. Like, of course, because you're leaning too far forward, and so you say sit back on your heels, but then watching someone try and figure out how to sit back on their heels and still do that squat, for some people it's a long process. My sister Casty, we used to joke because I'd be like, we'd spend so much time of me trying to get her to sit back in her squat with the proper form. And it took a long time, but then it's like one day they just get it and it clicks, and then you can't even do it wrong anymore if you tried. But that is a perfect example of how your brain actually changes. The way that your brain communicates with your body changes, because the more you start to get those connections down, it becomes more natural. And then as you're aging, now you're sitting on the couch the right way. When you go back to sit on the couch, you're not leaning all the way forward to the point where your back is about to snap in half. You're automatically more upright as you sit down. You're automatically using your glutes more to stand back up instead of relying on your toes going straight up to your knees. What?
Well, so we use the squat a lot because it has the ability, the easiest and most functional access to multiple planes of motion in your day-to-day life. Sit down, stand up, move, you know, you drop in height, all of that shit, right? You can change planes relatively quickly, especially if you change in directions, whether or not you're an athlete or not, unless you completely walk in a straight fucking line, right? You're going to end up changing your plane one way or the other. And a squat is a really, really, really strong way, especially if it's a hand over head squat, to gauge hip hingeability, thoracic spinal mobility, and so on. That's why we as trainers go after it a lot. Now, we take it for we if you watch a baby squat to the floor, fucking
perfect,
because they haven't been taught through life. Nobody taught you a wrong way. I mean, I shouldn't say that, but I mean, it was not like someone said, no, do it like this. You know, you just did it out of habit. You did it out of routine. Why would I need to, you know, hinge and tilt in order to sit when I could just stand up? You know what I'm saying? You don't think about it like that. But it's the cues that matter. So like I was laughing because when you were talking about how you taught your sister or whatever, like, and people who are listening, like all two of you, like I said, this is the important part about why the squats are important. It's the cues. And I would remember I would get everybody to remember, especially if you're a fucking female. This is the easiest cue you'll ever remember. And you don't even need, you could just hear this shit and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. People would say, just how would you sit back, sit on a chair? That's how you'd sit first. That's how you squat, right? You put, you know what I'm saying? You just ease back. You don't bend over, just ease back into the chair. But everybody, if you put a chair or a box or a bench behind somebody and told them to sit back, every single one of them motherfuckers is looking back like, oh God, it's not that, right? And that just changes everything. But I use this cue.
Oh God.
You're a female.
I'm scared.
Here's what I want you to do. This fucking, you're in a club. There's a fucking dude you really motherfucking want sitting down. I want you to sit on that motherfucker right now. Sit back on that motherfucker right now. And I guarantee you, think about what's happening. Visualize it. I guarantee you, if they're looking back, they're looking to see his reaction. But that's it. But that ass will slide back. It will what's called posteriorly translate. That ass will, I guarantee you. Listen here, bitch. Go ahead and pop that ass back like your man is behind you. Every single time, it's bam, perfect. Every time. Now slide up off it. Get back down on it, right? And what you notice is there's knee flexion. You're not putting knees in front of toes anymore, are you? Because the motherfucker will slip out. Am I right? Man, all right? So when you, I'm just, right? It's vulgar and it's crude and it's this and that, but you can't, you can lay, you're offensive, Chris. It's too much. Go fuck yourself, okay? Because you know I'm right. You're playing it in your mind right now. If you're a female, you're like, God damn, I hate this motherfucker. But you know what? You got a point. You're going to get home and like, listen here, hubby, sit down. I want to try something just to test the theory. No. Guys, you're welcome. Am I right or am I wrong?
Yeah, I mean, that's...
Yeah, motherfucker.
I guess that's right? One way to put it.
Because the technical version would be to stand against the wall, face on the wall, nose touching the wall, toes on the wall, fingertips on the wall. Squat down while maintaining toe contact with the wall, fingertips on the wall, and nose on the wall. All the way down. That's the technical version of it. You'll get about a quarter of the way at best before the mid, like where your bra strap at, will start to crack right through your fucking body and you'll fall backwards.
Yep.
That's the technical version. So there's either that way or there's the boom boom room way. They're the same shit. It's the same shit. The same, this is almost 20 years, but I'm telling you right now, it's the same shit.
Yeah, right? Except, when you're against the wall, you panic.
In the moment, like when you visualized it, you just permanently, it clicked because you already experienced it. Mm-hmm. And now you won't be able to forget it. And you will apply the shit because it clicked in some way that made sense to you. And that unlock is what strength training can do for you, because now it's like, oh shit, okay, I get it now. This movement feels like this, and I can translate that to this and this movement and so on and so forth, right? Now, the little things you won't be able to tell all the time are what are they like? What's the word? Your habits. Which foot do you stand more on when you're brushing your teeth?
Right.
Right. Which foot goes first when you're going up a flight of stairs? Which foot is forward when you open a door, a car door or something? Because there's always one first, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to hear this, well, it depends if I'm holding my purse or my kid. Or, get the fuck out. You know what I'm saying, right?
Which side you're holding, because you always hold your purse and your kid on the same side too.
Yes. So things like that are the discoverables where the isometrics and good old-fashioned strength training, like if you're not sure, grab a 10-pound dumbbell, put it on one hip, and then try the other one. One of them will feel way more natural than the other every time. And that's how you can slowly go back and reverse engineer any habits you may have had, and you're able to go back and figure out where you could be weak. And I'm not saying that you want to strengthen those things, because I don't think that the body is, while it is symmetrical, we function in asymmetry efficiently quite often. The left and right sides are not, they're built the same, but they're not intended to be used the same. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's why we have right and left-handed people.
Right.
We have our habits, we have our this and that. If you're right-handed, you don't train the same, you train maybe the same similar movements in supplementation. It's good to have both. I get it. Like, you're going to do 10 on this side, do 10 on the other side. That's cool in linear straight line movements. But when we're talking functionality, there's a little more attention paid to the primary movers and the primary action sequences that you have. Lateral chops, oblique movements, rotational swings, things like that. One side will be a support. The other side is the primary.
Mm-hmm. Right. To say, well, my right glute is not as strong because I had an injury over here. To say like, okay, well, I'm going to strengthen the right side of my glute is not the fix to that. It's training the things that will teach your right and left glute to work together as they're supposed to. All the things that go into it that
Yes and no.
cause that imbalance in the first place.
Yes and no. Yes and no. Yes, because you're right, but no, because again, my left glute med is fine, but I got to train my right glute med to unlock all the other shit that's fucked, because that's the baseline for it. You see what I'm saying? So yes and no. Will I go? So all of my glute med work is basically isometrics I have to do for my right side. Am I going to do that on the left side? No. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't need to overpower something that's already overpowered. So from a corrective standpoint, no, you don't need to work both sides evenly. Right. From a functional standpoint, sure, but within reason, depending on what your functional is. If you're not in athletics, or if you're not in something that's measured via performance, and performance, mind you, doesn't mean athletics. It can simply mean pain management. If it's something that bothers you, then that's something we've got to look at. Right. So you can train asymmetrically when
it's corrective.
When it's corrective and there's a purpose behind it. But if you don't notice it and you have a compensation, chances are you won't even know where to find it.
Right.
Because it's not the pain. Pain is just a symptom. If you're chasing pain, you're never going to find the fucking solution. You know what I'm saying? You have to train the function. You got to figure out, okay, it hurts here to do this, this, and this. Physically, I look like this, and that. All right. Well, what if a normal or healthy person looks like this? What muscles govern this kind of movement to make it stay that way? Yes, we know fascial systems can dehydrate and lock you into position. Yes, we know adhesions can form on the same fascial system. We know adhesions can form on connective tissue. Yes. What am I doing every day that is so repetitive?
That's causing that to happen.
And what am I not doing to reverse the shit to keep me even? Those are the things that strength training and a discovery can teach you to look for and teach you to solve. Because at the end of the day, if you're 40s and 50s, I mean, even in today's economy, whatever, like, we're all getting tired. Those of us who are in the 40s or 50s. Again, fuck you, because you ain't even there yet. But I'm tired of shit. Okay.
Tired too.
I thought I was going to die trying to run. Fuck you. Okay. Okay.
I probably would too.
So your muscle, guys, your muscle is your retirement account. And nobody can take that from you except for you. I don't care who you fucking voted for. I don't care what the market looks like. I don't care how much you got in savings or how much you make or how much you contribute. I don't care if you got a 401, A, B, C, D, K, fuck you. It doesn't matter. How you treat your body is your retirement account.
Yes. And you're not going to care about all those things either if 20 years from now you can't even get up off a chair because it hurts so bad. So when we say longevity, when you hear strength training helps you live longer and it improves A, B, and C, that's not just like lip service. It's not just something people say for fun. Well, you know what they say about strength training, like, it's actual science. And the best predictor of how you're going to function when you're 85 years old is how you function when you're 45 years old. Because the habits that you're making now and the way you're setting your body up now is either going to help your body get better as you age or worse.
Mm-hmm. And if you're in a place where your body is already hurt, right? You think, oh my God, strength training, I can't do this. I can't resistance train. I can't, it hurts, right? Okay. Cardio is better for you. Sure. Okay. If you're that person and you're in pain, fuck your overweightness. Let's just say you're in that age group where it's time to throw down or you're going down 6 feet. Let's consider the two options. Just bare bones. You can either A, run a mile, not walk, run a mile, or B, try to do some modified push-ups and some modified squats. I guarantee you will be able to do the latter than the first one. Guaranteed. Even if you
100%.
can, even if you're cardiovascularly in shape, it's great. It's great.
It's your joints.
But your joints you're gonna be paying for it later, and you fucking know it. Unless you've been doing it your whole goddamn time. And let me tell you something else. If you're 40s and 50s and so on, like John, right, who a longtime client of ours, who's a fucking runner just for the sake of fucking running.
Yeah, he's
White
run like
dude,
22
should be
marathons
Nigerian
now.
with as much as he fucking runs. It's nuts.
Yeah.
His only flaw is he puts the fucking toilet paper upside down. Whatever. This fucking guy runs more than anyone I've ever seen. All right. And I guarantee you he'll tell you himself that strength training is what gives him the strength to continue to run like that. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You need oxygen to strengthen, you need air for your muscles to contract, to strength train. Take a breath in, boom, now you got the fuel. Okay. You need your fucking muscles to run. You need your muscles to move, to do any kind of cardio. One needs the other, and it's not the other way around. Okay. So listen to this. All right. Ultimate mic drop. Your cardio is your life insurance. Your strength training is your health insurance. Right? If anything's were equal, you was going to live a long time. It's great. Keep your pulmonary system strong and so on. Moderate intensity, kinematically speaking, maybe elliptical, hiking, great functional work, great. But make no mistake about it. You are using your muscular system, your skeletal muscular system, your connective tissue. You're using those things to execute that run, that walk, that hike, that swim. You are absolutely executing that shit to get what you think is better. And they're both fucking important.
Yes.
But to deny yourself the free pass to not only just live longer, but to live the way you fucking want to live because you're unsure or because you're uninformed or because you're afraid. Just make sure that you put it in your own words so your grandkids know what to read about you in your fucking obituary. So they can understand why you didn't choose them over your own fucking fear.